All right, looks like we've got a decent photo on here. Let me get things set up so I can get some comments rolling. There we go, get rid of that. All right, happy Sunday night, guys. This is Tara with Tarabeth Stamps. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in mid-Missouri. We're going to give it a small turn, maybe see if I can do any better. If you're on here tonight, give me a shout out so that oh, no, I made it worse. I went the wrong direction. Let's go the other way. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in mid-Missouri. Hey, Amy, thanks for joining. Looks like you had an amazing weekend. I can't wait to hear more about it. Or amazing week. Hey, Angie, thanks for joining. Today, we're going to do a really simple card. No funfuls, just everyday card that you need, that you can make multiples of. Hey, Mary, thanks for joining. So I am using the Hues of Happiness collection. This is today's card. And I brought in the frame Floret, which is really gorgeous. And that's an online product. Well, it's in the mini too. So hopefully we'll see this one venture out and make it past the April date. So this is the setup. This is the paper. So I'm kind of showcasing this because I have a feeling this paper is going to be gone soon. We've got the retirement lists coming out at the end of the month, and most of the time the DSP or the designer series paper. Hey Karen, hey Rosie, thanks for joining. The DSPs don't normally carry over, and this is just probably my favorite DSP that's ever come out. It's gorgeous, it's got beautiful colors, and it's so versatile. So that's why I decided to feature that set tonight. So as I said, this is the card, and I'm using the frame Florets dies. So these are available in the mini catalog, and once again, I hope these make a mainstay to keep around for a while, because these make beautiful die cuts. Great frames that you can use. You can layer them, add all sorts of stuff. So a really good versatile set to grab. Okay, as I said, with this designer series paper, you can cut out all of these gorgeous little images. So you can kind of just see what I've cut with my dies here. So just beautiful flowers. So even if you're new to card making and maybe don't feel comfortable in your stamping skills, this is a really great way to get started. And you get these beautiful images that have different shades and different coloring, and you know, and I even use these sides where you don't get the whole card or whole flower in there, because you can easily tuck them under. I think this one was, you just kind of tuck it under. So just a beautiful way of making those dies and that paper work for you. So today's card, pretty simple, but still gorgeous. So let's start out with doing a little stamping. So I'm going to bring out this oval, and the oval that I'm using, you can do it two different ways. You can see that this oval cuts out this frame as well as the inner circle. And so you could definitely use this one, but for this frame, I use this oval because it's a little bit larger. So that way you have, you don't have to layer it perfectly so that you don't get that hollow shading on the outside. So I've got that. Here is the inside. And so I am going to stamp it a little differently, because once I had this one done, I decided I kind of wanted to switch my sentiments up around. Hey Karen, thanks for joining. Karen. I got Karen K and Karen I both on tonight. Thanks for joining, guys. So I've got some polished pink. So this is going to be one of the colors that we're most likely going to see take an escape. I know I've got several team members and a team leader that's going to die if this one doesn't make the cut, because it is a lot of people's favorite. But so this is polished pink. So if you love these colors, these are something that you want to go ahead and grab, any of those in colors. And for that matter, any color that you love that's on the spectrum, we have a color refresh coming out in May. So you'll want to grab any of those colors, cardstock, markers, re-inkers. If you need an extra ink pad, make sure that you're grabbing it. All right, so both of these sentiments are from the Frame Floret set. And then this flower is from the Happiness Abound set. So I'll just show that to you real quick. So these are these great open circles. So they're great for coloring. They're great for stamping with just colored ink and letting them be. So a lot of dual use on that one. Nope, there's Mary crying for that polished pink. I was wondering if we were going to hear that. All right, so that's going to be the inside, and this is all the stamping that we're going to do. Ooh, I better go ahead and grab an envelope here. I feel like I have one somewhere. Maybe not. It's probably under the computer, or not. You know, this desk is really big until I'm trying to find something, and then it's covered with everything. So let me just grab another envelope here. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with DSP in a minute. All right, so I'm just going to stamp that flower on the outside of the envelope. All right, that I think is all the stamping that we're going to need. Yeah, I love polished pink, guys, but I can live without it. There's some other colors that I'm not so sure I can live without, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I am using up all of my polished pink stuff. All right, so this is a piece of the Hues of Happiness DSP, and I die cut the hearts out with this flame floret piece. So I did this beforehand because you guys don't want to see this table rocking because of all of that. And I think I'm going to take some liquid adhesive this time. Try not to get it all over my fingers. That's why I've been using Stampin' Seal lately. All right, so not a whole lot, just on this outer perimeter. All right. Oh, I would be upset if the orange was going, but I think we'll have to keep pumpkin pie. I'm pretty confident pumpkin pie is going to make the cut. Calypso coral. Ooh, I don't know. That's actually on my, I have kind of an NCAA bracket as to which colors I think are going to stay, I guess. Whoa, Mary, no. Polished pink is not better than pale papaya. No. I don't know if we can be friends now. You're using some really terrible logic there. But I have kind of a list of colors that I think are going to stay in, and I think that are going to go. Rosie, I'm with you. The soft succulent and evening evergreen, those I could definitely see sticking around for a little while. Especially the evening evergreen. It is my true go-to green. Mary, we're going to have to agree to disagree. Pale papaya is where it's at. Although I think I do use polished pink just as much. Okay, so I'm going to seal that one down. But there's a lot of colors that like I've heard Pacific Point, a lot of people are ready to see that one go. And I agree. But some of the other ones, obviously, I'm a fan of the pumpkin pie. Wow, can you guys hear the boys downstairs? It's jazz night tonight. My son's a senior in high school, and I think I probably have a kitchen of about 20 or 30 boys downstairs. Probably not even that many, but a lot. And they're enjoying jazz night, which means they're cooking fancy food for each other. And I've been banished to the bedroom, so I'm just going to hang out upstairs. All right, so now I'm going to take these die cuts that I've already got out, and I'm going to play with what I have here. So I do love this So Saffron, but because I have so much yellow, I may not use that one. Although I'm going to have to, because that's the only other big one I have. All right, so we're going to use this. So I like these two larger ones, and just setting them kind of where I think they'll go at first. And because I'm using that smaller sentiment, I'm missing all these comments. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to go back and read some of these. All right, so this is from the Framed Floret set, and I cut that out in Garden Green, or Granny Apple Green. Once again, a green that I hope sticks around, because I got to tell you, I use it all the time. If I could keep that one in Evening Evergreen, I'd be pretty happy. All right. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just adhere these on with some dimensionals. Am I the odd one out? Is that what I'm hearing? All right. Okay. So mini dimensionals, you'll see, if you watched my video last week, this is what I've got, so this is what I'm using. And I am beginning to love them just a little bit more than regular dimensionals. I've always kind of cut and conserved, but I really do like the minis. Okay, so if you'll notice what I'm doing, I'm centering them, I'm putting them like basically right in the middle of that flower. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to be able to thread and feed other stuff underneath. And if you put it too far out, then you have to trim and cut, and I'm not into all that. All right, there's that. Now let's, ooh, that's gonna mesh with that too much. I probably should have flipped this around. That'll work. All right, so just using these mini dimensionals. All right. And now I'm going to feed this through here. There we go. So we've got three flower clusters, which is what I like, because 3 is pleasing to the eye. So now basically what I'm going to do is kind of just feed these flowers underneath. Oops, something's going to fall and crash. So I don't need quite that long of a floret. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a trim and feed it down there. There we go. I like that. Now the question is, do I want to flip this around? I think I'm going to just go with the regular die cuts for this one. So I do wish this one had leaves that would go the other direction. I could always flip it around, but it doesn't look that great. So I'm going to give that there. And then, so on something like this, it's best just to kind of look and see what you like. And it may be that you like something a little bit better once you give it a try. So I usually use liquid adhesive when I'm doing these, trying to decide, oops, throwing stuff around, trying to decide where I'm going to put everything. There we go. And now let's do this guy, just a little liquid adhesive. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to feed this one down here so that I can have that leaf coming out. There we go. All right, we are really close to being done. All the dimensions on this, as usual, will be on my blog tomorrow. I'm going to put these die cuts back over here because I'm going to put them in a little Ziploc baggie with my DSP so that I definitely use them. All right, so the original I did was pink. I did the polished pink card base with the So Saffron. I switched it up and did the polished pink on the inside. And I've got my So Saffron card base. So I'm going to give this just a real quick burnish. And this is just a 4 1/4 by 8/11 cardstock like I would normally use. And I'm going to use a little bit of seal on here. When I'm using my seal, notice that I rock it up before I pull it away. That seems to make it break that adhesive. Kind of breaks it so that it pulls away easily. Now I'm going to give it a nice little push down, and all we have left is a little bit of embellishments for the front. So once again, these in color opal dots, opal rounds are, I would say, one of my favorites. So if you love these are ones that you'll want to grab because they're going to be disappearing soon. Okay. And that list comes out the 29th. Yeah. So there's the card front. All we have left is to add a little bit of adhesive to that inside backing that we stamped earlier. And as Rosie said, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go out and do that. I would really greatly appreciate that. I'm slowly building that fan base up, and I appreciate everybody. All right, so I'm just kind of watching my edges, making sure that I have a nice even edge around there. Now let's see what kind of cardstock I've got available here. All right. There we go. We'll use that. Although, do you ever just look at both sides and just go, oh, I don't know if I can glue any of this down because I love both of them so much. That's the way I feel about this paper. Every page is just beautiful. So this is one of those packs you definitely don't want to let go before it's not available. Because I got a feeling it'll be gone quick. All right, so this is just for this back flap, sealing it down. We'll do a quick snip. Next Sunday night, we'll do another card tutorial at 7 as usual. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, throwing out the comments, the funny little bloopers and comments, trying to keep me distracted while I'm doing this. All right. So there's today's card. Perfect birthday card. Great for any beginner. Even if you don't have a die cutting machine, you can always fussy cut these flowers out. So pretty easy to do. I appreciate you spending your Sunday night with me. You guys have a great week, and I will see you later.